Matt. We are back again after a insanely hot but very successful return to the Rock. I'm Ben Knight, joined once again by Mr. Sean Henson. Dustin Lee is enjoying his 4th of July right now with the girls, eating some
And this,
Maryland blue crabs.
yep, got his sweet crabs out of Maryland.
Yeah, so hats off to our buddy Dustin. We'll get him back on here soon when he's not, working 24/7, but he took some much needed time off. So you're stuck with us, for better or for worse.
Yep.
So yeah, we just got back from the Rock a couple days ago. We
Man,
got
how
a
awesome was The Rock, dude?
man, it was like old times, but
Man,
I would
if
say better.
it was, but it felt like the good old days. The pits were stacked up. You're constantly having to blow the horn when you were pushing the bikes through the pits, like because there were just people everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
it was awesome. Honestly, it was great. It was a stacked house. God, it was super hot, but at night it was amazing. And man, we had a great time.
Yeah, if I wasn't feeling so under the weather, I would have enjoyed it more. And I hate that I was. I mean, I was legit like half-ass sick all weekend. So,
No, I know.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
know
could
that. But
tell.
I'm just saying, like,
We could
it
tell.
sucked because like I didn't even get to like really and like I didn't even get to go out. Like when I wasn't racing, I was basically staying cool and trying to lay
Right.
low. But yeah, I mean I kind of missed out on a lot of the good parts and didn't get to just kind of go hang out late Saturday night like I wanted to, but hey,
Right.
there'll be another one. Shout out to our sponsors, shout out to our followers, listeners. Always not safe for work, NSFW.
Yeah. Not
Um,
safe for work, and we've had a few of these,
well,
so
yeah,
there's no telling.
I cracked one. It's happy 4th of July. We're gonna hear fireworks here shortly.
Yep.
Mm. All right, shout out to the sponsors. They're still hanging out. They're still with us. So shop with our sponsors. We got University of Wind, BMF Motorsports, Max ECU, Montgomery Motorsports. Montgomery, by the way, sale this weekend, 10% off select in-stock products. I think it's about 15 products. And they just
Ooh,
released
nice.
Gen 5 ZX10 headlight. That thing is beautiful.
Ooh,
It just came out.
I know a few guys that might want one of
Dude,
those.
it's sick looking. It's sick looking. Also, MPS Racing, 10% off all MPS products this weekend.
Very
We
cool.
got Dustin from Penske Racing Shocks, the Shock Wizard. If you need to get hooked up, Penske's the way to go. Hard Times Parts and Service, DME Racing, Schnitz Racing, Brock's Performance, MTC Engineering, BST Wheels, Monster Race Products, Platinum General Services, Worldwide Bearings, and last but not least, we got the Proven Power Cycles gang. Hear a lot more about them later on.
Yep, no doubt. Shout out Steve Nichols, Max ECU. He's the man.
Yep, yep. Steve hooked us up last year with a Max we gave away. That was awesome.
Yeah, yeah, he's the
Um,
man, dude. He's
yeah.
killing it right now.
So where you want to start at? I mean, like you said, I was telling some people like I don't know if it's like we just all didn't have as big of rigs, but like that was hands down the most packed I've ever seen. I think part of it is we just all got gigantic rigs nowadays. Too many of us have motorhomes and stuff. Not that that's a bad thing, but like, dude, it was rocking. It was rocking.
Dude, I don't know, man. I have not felt like that at a racetrack since like '05. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like back then, man, the fans used to be in the stands. They were in the stands. I mean, there was 200 people on the starting line. I mean, it was unbelievable, how
Yeah.
jam-packed it was. It felt great, man. It really did. It was popping, man. Saturday night, it was popping.
Oh, Friday, Saturday, every evening there was like, if y'all have been to the Rock, then you know, like the main return road drag with the concession stand and stuff. Yeah, there's some
Right.
pits off to the right, but excuse me, on the left side where it like starts to go uphill to the back side of the pits, dude, there was 200 cars parked there of spectators every night. I mean, there's
Yeah.
had to been, 1,500, 2,000 people, maybe more. It was a hell of a packed out event. For what we're used to seeing, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, and I was surprised when I saw the entries. It was only 600 something bikes. Well, I say only, that's still an amazing turnout. But I think we've had events that have had like 700 and something bikes. So I think as far as bike count, I think bike count was not the highest we've seen, but as far as spectator turnout and as far as people turnout, it was
It just
one of the
felt
bigger
packed.
races
Yeah. And it
we've
could be
had in
the
a long
layout
time.
or of Rockham or what, but it
Yeah.
felt packed out. I mean, I think for this year it was like just shy of like literally like two or three entries of being the highest racer entries. But no doubt it was a great
Yeah.
event. Like I said, we could have
It
dealt
was
with a
awesome.
little cooler temps, but
Yeah.
can't be perfect. So anyways, let's what do you want to do? Jump right into some results or what?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, we might as well. You know what I mean? We kind of just get started here with
Let's
some of
uh
the race results.
let's start off with us lowly bracket scum down here at the bottom. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all know I love you guys.
Yeah, we can
I
do that.
love
Why don't we? Yeah, we'll start at the bottom, work our way up.
We'll start out with oh Jesus, I picked the wrong one to start out with. So bracket bash. That's Saturday's ET
Oh
event.
yeah. Uh,
Um
uh,
yeah, I know.
you did this.
Yeah, that's Saturday's ET event. Saturday we got like an unforecasted, unscheduled, random like 3 hour rain delay rocking out on Saturday afternoon. So that pushed everything back quite a bit. So needless to say, we got rocking with the bracket bash that evening. Got quite a few rounds in, or I think we got 4 rounds in, and then we had to finish that up on Sunday morning. So Sunday we got back rolling, and when the dust settled, it was myself and the ET gangster, Mr. Jeff Santine, who hadn't been as hot lately as he was last season. But man, he was ready to go on a rip this past weekend. So me and Jeff raced in the final. I just want to throw it out there that I did Jeff a solid. Me and Jeff had raced in 2 finals prior, and he had told me, he said, dude, if we race in a third final and you have another perfect light, I'm quitting. Me and Jeff had raced in 2 finals, and I cut a perfect light both times. So, I love Jeff and Madison. I didn't want to see him quit. So, I lit it red
Yeah, I
for
get
him
it.
in the final.
Yeah.
Still wanted him to know that I was there, that. So I let it 007 red and let Jeff take a little victory lap down through there just to make sure he didn't quit. So, well, I'm now 2-1 against Jeff in finals, and the man, the myth, he continues to race. But shout out to Jeff. I knew he was gonna be super stellar on the other side, regardless, and he was. He was 009 on the tree. Um, so yeah, shout out to the ET gangster. And
Yep.
for winning bracket bash midday on Sunday. It was a big, tough crowd. A lot of great races throughout the day. Semifinals were tough. Hell, when we started off, one of my best races was Sunday morning against my buddy Kyle, who's in the University of Win. I mean, we was both 020, we went down through there, and I just managed to take 007 stripes. So it's tough racing, tough racing.
Yep. No doubt
Um,
about it.
you want to hit the
Man, how many
Gamblers race?
entries? So that was 52 entries in the bracket bash.
Let me
Yep.
see here.
Oh,
Yeah.
55. I'm sorry, 55. Yep.
Oh, I'm on the wrong page. I was like, what am I
Yeah,
even looking
wow,
at?
that's a big group.
Yeah, yeah. 55 entered that on Saturday. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was quite a few rounds. I think it was like 7 rounds of racing. Yeah, 7 rounds. So
Yep,
um
very cool.
let's see. Next we had the Gamblers race on
Gamblers. Yep.
Friday. I don't was that might have been done by the time I got there, y'all. I got there late. I was on the
Oh
drive. I
yeah,
was
look at it.
literally driving the struggle bus there.
Oh yeah, look at this crew right here.
Yeah.
Let me get this going. There we go.
The Gamblers race.
Gamblers winner.
All came down to the final, and that was Jeff Stahl and the always fierce and gorgeous Robin Procopio. That's Dustin's kryptonite. Robin's no stranger to any final. You know, kind of common to see Miss Robin down there, but Jeff Stahl got the best of Robin in the final. had a better reaction time and plopped it dead on with a zero. So he was making a statement. Robin ran one above with a little bit less of a reaction time. Not a normal Robin reaction time, we'll put it like that. And Jeff got the big win, the big 4K win for Friday night. They finished that Friday afternoon or evening, right?
I don't remember. I want to say I don't remember if they did or not. I think we
I
had a
think
little bit
so.
of rain roll in. I don't remember if they finished it or not.
Oh,
But it looks like oh yeah, it looks like it was a yeah, here's the final here.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that was big too, man. It was
Oh yeah. They take 64 in the gamblers race.
64.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice.
64. All right, you're rocking out Street ET. That's up next.
Hey, all right. So the hand clutch gangsters.
Yeah, the OGs.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. So let's see how many there were. Looks like 35 pairs
68.
of, yeah, 68. Heck yeah. All right. Lindell White was in the final. I don't know it just says
Mm,
McAllister over here.
All right, I gotta take over. Sorry, I shouldn't have
Yeah,
left
dude,
you
you're
stranded
the
on this
bracket
one.
guy,
Yeah, my
dude. You're
bad.
the
All
you're the
right.
bracket guy. Michael McAllister. There
Yeah,
it is.
Mike, Mr. Mike McAllister. Mike, y'all know Mike, one of the nicest guys there is. Scroll back up and show off his new
Yeah, man, check
looking
that thing
whip.
out, dude. That's sweet.
So Mike rides a Honda CBR 600, and he's been riding it for years. And Mike showed up with a new look this past weekend. In the past, different color scheme and all, he had this nice, clean looking kind of matte gray paint with some black and pink stickers. Man, it looked good, and Mike was proud of that thing. I
Dude,
seen
it
him
looks
Sunday.
killer.
Yeah,
It
and
looks killer, dude. I love
I,
it.
every time I see Mike go up, say how you doing, sir? You know what's been going on. Just a great guy. And win or lose, like you could literally beat Mike into the ground, and he's still smiling, and laughing. He really embodies what we do. He's in great spirits, win or lose. But I said hi to Mike and walked off, and then a couple minutes later, he rolled back up, and he's like, "Dude, you didn't see anything different?" And I looked down, I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "Man, that thing looks clean." So. Mike got to the final against my buddy, another University of Win member, Mr. Lindell White. Um, and Lindell was tearing it up throughout the day. You scrolling around, man. You messing me up there. Oh yeah, sorry. Um, Lindell, he said his clutch had got a little hot, so he didn't have the reaction time he was looking for, and just didn't make quite the pass he wanted in the final. But I was glad to see Lindell make it to the final. Two great guys. I would have been super happy to see either one win, and just couldn't ask for a better group. You can see Lindell in the photo over there rocking University of Wind gear. Um, but also, don't sleep on my man Lindell. He's over there in XGA all the time. You got to watch out. He'll take your money real quick over there on the sideline. So, that was Street ET. Then we moving on to MPS Pro ET. Um, we had 95 entries in that class. A lot of killers, of course. But
Ooh,
w-
look, there he is again.
yeah, it came down to the ET gangster. I told y'all he got his mojo back this past weekend. No doubt about it.
He looks like
Jeff
he lost some weight too.
Oh, Jeff lost like 30 or 40 pounds, man.
Yeah, he's looking
He
good,
slimmed
man. He's
up.
looking slim. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So the ET gangster pulled off the rare double up, won the big $5,000 payout. He went up against Mr. Wesley Jones in the final and left nothing to chance with a 007 reaction time, and that was all he needed. His opponent was a little bit late. Wesley had a great reaction time. The rounds before prior, and just not sure what happened. I was already tucked tail driving the bus home. So, but Jeff was the man to beat on the weekend. He proved that with two wins. So yeah, shout out to the ET gangster. And if
Heck
y'all don't know
yeah.
about them skills catalysts, then you better learn for sure.
Heck yeah.
Um, Moving on to the Breezewood Farms Top Sportsman event. Came down to Mr. Nick Hamlet and Brian Knowles. Brian just, I guess, pretty much came out of retirement this year. Old XDA My Rock racer from back in the day that I've known for a while, but he's been MIA for quite a few years, and man, it was like he never even left. He's been winning races
Yeah.
already, making it to multiple finals, and made it another final. But the real story was Nick Hamlet, who, if y'all don't remember, first race of the year in April. I mean, he had a pretty gnarly top end crash at
Yeah, he did.
MIR. And yeah, so Nick, he just lives and breathes this. It's no surprise. I mean, he was literally racing a bike a couple weeks later, like half ass on crutches. I know that doesn't make sense, but like he crutched up,
Oh, I
hopped on the
saw
bike.
him. I
Yeah,
saw him.
and
I was parked just a couple trailers down from it,
yeah,
and he was
wild,
hobbling around, riding bikes. Oh yeah, on crutches.
wild
Yeah,
stuff.
no doubt.
So that's
No doubt.
one of them feel good stories. Nick was just on kill clearly. And a string of just teen reaction times leading up there to the
Yep,
final.
no doubt.
015 in the final. Brian did turn it 004 red. But yeah, it's super cool to see Nick, kind of recover so quickly and make it to not only a final but winning top sportsman. I don't. That might be Nick's first top sportsman win. I don't want to like not give him credit or where credit's due, but like that could be. I don't know. I have to reach out to him. But awesome job there by the Double O Racing crew, and I'm sure old D'Lo was looking down on him for that.
Yep. Yeah, pretty cool, man. Donald Haas, top qualifier, 766.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yep.
we need a 6 second top sportsman.
It's in my it's in my brain
It
somewhere.
just needs to be in your laptop. That's
Yeah.
all. It
Yeah,
needs to
for
come out of
sure.
the brain into the laptop.
Yeah.
So
Um,
here we go. 560.
yep. You want me to get this one?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, no, no. You got the
Okay.
brackets there.
All right. Drop this share screen out. I'll keep going back and forth. Drop it out for me for a minute.
Do
I'm
you
getting
have your share
confused.
screen up?
Well, I don't have it up, but like it's like I'm trying to scroll your screen. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You're good. You're good, bro. So yeah, back to 560. Capital Brand Group, 47 entries there. Man, this class is tough. I don't even race in it because I don't want to get my ass kicked. I'll put it like that. So I stay away from 560. It's
yeah. They
always a
say
tough class.
560 is really tight.
Oh, for
It's tough
sure.
and tight. It's a small window.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But when the dust settled, we had old D-Jax, Dwayne Jackson, and Mark Schwalm in the final. Two phenomenal racers. You can count on that to be a knockdown drag out. And Dwayne, as he put on me in Top Sportsman first round, he had a great reaction time. A little bit better than Mark, and although Mark ran closer with a 561, the reaction time let Dwayne get out of the gas a little early and take the big win in 560. So double O racing, they doubled up, y'all. They doubled up. That's
Yep.
why you saw the photo before of Nick Hamlet and Dwayne Jackson. That's double O racing. So they had a great weekend. Two wins for that crew right there. Um, all right, it's your turn. We're done. Went through the bracket stuff. You're
Yep.
on to all motor bulls. I'm letting you
Man,
rock that one.
so All Motor Bulls had is growing, man. They've got quite a few bikes now. It's that's getting interesting. And there's some stories developing there too, which is kind of cool. So just kind of some backstory stuff. So Jeremy's riding that bike, I guess that Rob Bush put together,
Okay.
right? It's a bad boy, big motor bike that was at KOG last year. That was pretty cool, man. It's a bad boy. So that's a new bike that just come back out. That should be cool. Obviously Poppy's riding the Shadow. Well, the bike that LA Payne rides called the Dark Knight,
Mm-hmm.
it has now exited the HTP camp and now has another tuner and another setup.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of hauling some ass and so there's some things kind of going on there that's really cool. That class is
Little
actually
behind the
developing.
scenes stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool. So they had let's see.
They had
So
like 12
12
entries.
bikes.
Yeah.
Yep, 12 bikes. So pretty cool. And Jordan Angelo ended up winning. So he ended up taking it there um on
Over.
this setup.
Yeah, yeah, against old
So
Mark Blake.
yeah, Carpenter motor there.
Heck yeah. No, that's cool. I like that class. I like seeing the all motor guys
Yeah,
go
it's
at it.
cool, man. Man, them things are freaking stinky, man.
I
When you get
have
up
no
down the
doubt
starting
about
line,
it.
man, them boys, them bikes are
Gosh,
stinky.
we don't even get started on fuel. That's a
No,
big
and get
topic these
yeah,
days.
and getting stinkier. It's like
Yeah,
every race they get a little stinkier.
no doubt about that. If y'all know, y'all know.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, congrats to
DMV
old
Bulls.
Jordan, my
Yeah,
little
Jordan,
homie,
man,
my boy.
he killed it all weekend. I think if I'm not mistaken, those two went up for the final. Okay, and they both left. Both of them spun the tire. Both of them stopped their teammates, right? So it was Mark Blake and it was it was those two in the final and their teammates. So they both spun the tire. So they both pushed back, said, "Hey, let's just wait. We'll cool it down. We're going to do it again."
Are you serious?
Yep. And then they went up. They did it again, and then Jordan won.
That's wild. That's wild as hell.
Well, they're under the same tent, so they wanted a
I know,
race.
but
You
that's
know what
just
I mean?
wild, like to do that. No, no
Yeah.
pedal fest, huh? No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
No. No wheeling it out. So all right. So we're moving on to DMV Bulls. So DMV Bulls had a bunch of bites.
Oh yeah, it was like
Um,
20 of them.
yeah. So they had a bunch of bikes. Ended up being $8,500 pot. That's pretty nice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and Rodney Williford took that one. He was riding a nitrous bike. Um,
rare
I don't.
sight right there.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called, but I mean the thing was moving. It's a chromoly chassis. Bad boy nitrous bike, and they had that thing working pretty good. So. Yeah, Rodney took the DMV Bulls, which I don't really understand that. I thought that DMV Bulls was for entry level, like new grudge racers, you know? So I don't really understand why Rodney and it's not just Rodney, but other people, you got Poppy,
Yeah, I
you
mean
got,
that's you would
you
know
know,
better than I would. I mean, I had
yeah,
heard that initially, but it's never been like that from what I've seen. I've always seen some names in there.
yeah. So, Desmond Spalding, I mean, there's guys that have been grudge. Travis Wood, there's guys been drag racing for 20 years. That's not an entry level grudge, but, either way. So yeah, congrats to
Yeah,
Rodney. Congrats to Rodney there.
Rodney getting it done on a nitrous
Yeah,
bike. Don't
he's
see
killing
that.
it, man. He's
He's
killing it.
that's a true gangster.
All right, so Monster Bulls, moving on to Monster Bulls. So they not a whole lot of Monster Bulls this weekend. Normally we have a bigger count than that. I think the heavy boys decided to stay home this weekend.
They didn't want to sweat it out.
Yeah, they didn't want to sweat it out with us. So there were six of those guys, and it ended up being Crow Teasley. So Papa Teasley ended up taking that one home, and in the Monster Bulls. So actually, man, those guys actually helped me out quite a bit this weekend. So I went over and they gave me a little bit of auto help, just some tips and tricks, some things that they do. So that was really cool of them.
Nice, yeah, yeah. Don't
So yeah,
want you
congrats
can't
to the
ever
Crow.
sleep on anyone with the last name Teasley, and definitely not
No,
Crow.
no, 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 no. And pretty cool. Old buddy of mine, Eric Higgins, was there helping him out this weekend. That was kind of cool. Kentucky boy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Eric was there. I never even
Yeah.
seen him. That's
Yeah,
cool.
he was there helping him out. I dapped him up in the staging lanes. I saw him. So that was
Heck
cool.
yeah.
All
Right
right.
on.
Nitrous Bulls. So that was cool. They brought Aubrey Valentine won Nitrous Bulls. So they had, let's see, they
A
had
Moon
seven
Knight.
bikes. Yep. And they brought that bike out with a fresh new paint job. So it looked good. They brought it out with a nice slick new silver paint job to go with the Moon Knight theme. And yeah, it came down to Aubrey Valentine and Ronald Benjamin. If I'm not mistaken, that's Busa Benjamin, and he was riding the GS bike called Two Face.
Oh, really?
So it's a nitrous GS bike. It's got Gen 3 Busa bodywork on it, really fast, HTP built, I believe. Um, so yeah, it looks like Aubrey Valentine brought it home on the WMS built nitrous Hayabusa.
Man, I gotta say that all the bikes from WMS that Brandon and them pump out, I mean, they're like,
Dude,
I mean, honestly, like, and I'm not knocking, but like grudge bikes, most all of them like look phenomenal regardless. But like to me, it's like WMS is and HTP just pump out the nicest, cleanest
there's no
bikes. They're
doubt
so
they
sick.
go, they have the attention to detail.
Yeah.
They pop, man. They really do, and they're fast. And
Yeah.
everything them guys bring out's fast, man. I
I
give
think I
credit where credit's
appreciate it
due.
more because my stuff looks so junky, you know.
Yeah. But
I'm not
I'm
a
also going to say this. One thing that I have to say about the WMS crew is that they're the first ones up there all the time. Those guys make more passes down the track than anybody. You know what I mean? It's like those guys work harder than anybody else. Like there's no doubt about it. Anytime those guys win, they deserve it, man. Because I'm telling you, those guys are up there all the time.
oh yeah.
They're just pass after pass after pass. It's insane.
Heck yeah. Congrats to them in the big nitrous bulls round.
Yep,
How about I take over boosted bulls?
sounds good.
Nah, we gotta shout out the boosted bulls class. It was Mr. Sean Henson.
Yep,
It
serious,
was
sir.
his day
Thank you.
to shine. Shout out,
Yep.
congrats to Sean who brought out his grudge bike that he's been messing with, tinkering with, testing and tuning with.
Mhm.
And first time he brought it to XDA, correct?
Yep.
And unloaded that bad boy and got to work, just chipping away at it. He wasn't swinging for the moon. He made all the right moves, and it wasn't a huge class. We've talked about this many times off air. Me and Sean, you know, really don't know why there's not more bikes in Boosted Bull. There's plenty of bikes out there, so I don't know what y'all are waiting for, but you know, we
It's
need to see
because
some more bikes out there.
they're terrifying. That's why.
But we had
I'm finally getting used to mine, man. But I'm gonna
yeah.
tell you,
Oh,
they're so wicked fast, man. I
dude,
just
they're
don't think
heat-seeking missiles is what those
I
things
know,
are.
man. They're nuts. But I'm just now getting to where I'm steering mine, and it's like, oh yeah, I feel good now, But it takes a minute. It does.
Yeah, so we had Big Country against Mr. I like to call him like Mr. Fashion, Mr. Rico Suave, Malcolm Phillips, my boy Malcolm.
Yep.
First round, you said Malcolm turned it red, right?
Malcolm turned it red. Yep, he made a good pass, but yeah, went red against Alex. I didn't see Alex's pass there. I was in the right lane, so I
Yeah.
didn't really see. I don't know if he made a pass or not.
And then you had
Um,
your old pal, Mr. Frankie
I
Stotts
had
on
my
ready
brother
lit.
had my brother Frankie Stotts,
And
and
unfortunately, they lost traction pretty quickly.
yeah, I think he rolled out about 10 foot and zipped a tire. So,
So
but
that set up the
we
Big
left
Country
together.
final.
Yeah, yeah, we left together, and unfortunately, he zipped a tire, but that put us in the final against Big Country, and I think he kind of fell to the same demise. So he rolled out about 10 foot, zipped a tire.
I
So we
mean,
just
that's
we just had our shit working. You know what I mean? It was went A to B, shifted all 4 gears, and
yeah, but I mean, I think that's the point to make. It's like, yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to navigate the track better. You
no
know what I
doubt you
mean?
have to race the racetrack. It doesn't matter who's in the other lane. It's you have to race the racetrack.
So y'all
And
need
that
to
was
get these bikes out and off the sidelines. We need more listen,
yep,
I'm just telling y'all, I know some people that have considered building bikes, but they got to see more participation. So it could be a
right.
big class. So get out
There's no
there if you
doubt, and
don't
they're
know.
out there. The bikes are out there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We need to
It's
see them out.
yeah, no doubt. You know,
But
but
no,
they're hard on some parts too. There ain't no doubt.
oh yeah, but no, that was cool to see Sean pick up that W first time at XDA with the garage bike and putting that proven power cycles right there in the winner's circle. So congrats,
Yeah,
buddy.
it felt good, man. We we've been kind of fighting with that bike for a while now, and it felt really good to finally make some progress with it and get it to go A to B and the suspension to do what we wanted it to do, and it felt good to finally make some progress with that thing.
Yeah, I mean, my only gripe is like, what the heck? How did I miss this circle photo? I'm not in the winner circle, man. That's
I
that's
know.
that's like a
I
sin.
know.
That's a
I know,
sin.
dude.
No,
I
I'm
feel
just giving it.
horrible.
I'm just giving
I
you
feel
crap. I
horrible about it.
honestly, in your defense, I'm sure I was racing.
Yeah,
I
you
was like
were. You were
undoubtedly
racing. Yeah,
racing.
you were
So
racing, and they directed me to
I
the
know,
winner's
I get
circle.
it. I get it. No, but great job. I know you and the guys been working hard on that. So yeah, no doubt.
We have.
So we done went through Grudge. A
Yep.
new added bonus, I guess you would call it, would be the Outlaw Bagger shootout that they had at the Rock, which paid
Yeah, let's
off
do it.
a whopping $9,400.
That was wild,
I
dude.
don't know
That
what
was
they
wild.
paid to enter, but
I think it was a
holy
thousand
crap.
dollars, man. They put $1,000. Yeah, actually, no, I take that back. In the staging lanes, we had this conversation. They had some sort, the sponsor, whatever the
Sponsors, okay.
sponsor was, put up quite a bit of money for this.
Well,
So
regardless, this class paid almost $10,000
it
and
did, and damn Jeremy Teasley found his way to the damn final.
well, that's not a
Yeah,
surprise.
he went and borrowed some badass motorbike, and dude almost had him. Okay, went 096 to his 198 and went 803 to his 784. So I mean,
Yeah.
he tried. He tried. He gave him a run for his money.
Yeah, there's no
But
doubt about that.
congrats.
Bruce Emanuel,
Yep,
he clearly had the bike to beat,
he
and
did.
I he knew it. He clearly wasn't trying to throw the race away.
Man, and he sure waited till the final to turn that bad boy up too. You can tell earlier in the day it was going like
Yeah.
170. That sucker went 181 in the final.
Yeah,
So
so he had it figured out. Shout out to Mr. Mike Beeland. Man, I seen Mike, I think Friday or Saturday, and I don't know how. I think it's just because I stayed in the trailer and motorhome, but I apologize, Mike. I was supposed to come hang out and catch up with you, and you was only about 10, 15 trailers down. I don't know. Just got away from me and I was hiding in the camper. So I wanted to shout out my buddy Mike. Like Sean already said, pretty wild to see Mr. Teasley out there running in the outlaw bagger shootout. Not a surprise. I mean the man can ride anything. I was getting ready to call Jeremy a kid. Damn, we're the same age.
yeah, right.
But the man can ride anything. So that was cool. It was a cool class to see. Those things are rocking, man. Running mid low eights, some 7 second times. That was a rowdy class.
Yep, no doubt.
Um, Next up, what we got? Team Skittles. We got
Yep,
the ATV shootout.
ATV shootout.
For as far as I can
Good
tell,
Lord, dude. They're
I
going
think
460s now, man.
I know. As far as I can tell, I think I vaguely remember going over this last time, but it kind of looks pretty clear that Blake Chavis has this
Yeah,
class locked.
he does. Now, I will say this, it does seem like there are more quads in the fours now than I have seen before. Typically, they were like 5 second quads. So, like Tevin Huntley went a
Yeah.
487, Lewis Colin went 485. So, I mean, there's several guys now that are in the 4 second zone. So, hopefully, here before long, Blake Chavis might have a little somebody knocking on his door. That'd be pretty cool. But as of right
That's
now,
stupid.
he's
They're
got them
running
covered.
460s at 145 an eighth mile on
460s,
these
dude.
like Banshee
That's
powered
insane.
quads. I don't know. I mean, it also looks like they weigh about
Flashback,
100 pounds.
flashback a couple years ago, and that's what pro street bikes went. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
that's wild to me.
I
Yeah,
wonder what those things weigh. It looks like they weigh like 100 pounds total.
they don't. I mean, I'll tell you right now, there ain't a damn real street bike one running with them things to the eight.
Oh, no. No.
Not a one.
Mm, it's something else. All right. You hit this
Wow.
next one. You're very familiar.
Yep, I got this covered. All right, so we got super stock, super stock. Funny, we had a new winner here. Brandon Litton on I think he's on a borrowed bike. Um, so pretty cool. He actually borrowed a bike for the weekend from Brian Johnson. So he
Oh yeah,
borrowed
yeah,
Brian
yeah.
Johnson's bike, yep, and won super stock for the weekend. So that was pretty cool. We had a new winner. So it came down to Brandon Litton and Mike Davis.
The the the
Dude,
heavyweight hitter right there in
dude,
super
this
stock. Mike,
Mike Davis, and something happened. He went a 920, and Brandon Litton won super stock with a 904.
I mean, first off, congratulations, Brandon. I mean,
Congratulations to
that's
Brandon Litton,
mad skills for sure.
without
Like
a
I
doubt.
can't ride these bikes, so I have no say, but just knowing
Without a
that
doubt.
Mike was right there again, just so
Mike
close
Davis, Mike Davis went an 890 flat in
the
the
round
semifinal,
before.
the round before. Yep.
Damn it, Mike. What
Mike.
happened?
Yeah.
Um,
Congrats to Brandon though, man. I'm happy, super happy for Brandon.
that's what I as a clear observer of this class, like I said, I have no skill set. I'd never be in that, but as a clear observer, that's kind of one of the cool things though, and you know this. I've watched you many times. It's like every round you don't know because
No,
like
you have no idea.
any slight mistake can literally cost you the race. And
That's
this
it.
is
You have to be perfect.
all hand control and the
Yep.
clutch, foot shift and stock wheelbase. Like any little minor thing can cost you the win.
No doubt. 100%.
So it's really, I enjoy watching this class and looking through the results.
Yeah.
I
There's no
think it's
doubt.
also worth noting we got to shout out Tim Cottrell for qualifying number one, clearing the field by 700s with an 879.
Yep.
That's impressive for sure.
No doubt. So, all right. Well, congrats to Brandon Litton. That was slick. He stayed consistent all day. Love it.
Yep. Yep. Next up, we had 460 Index, and they had another big bike count. 42 bikes attempted to qualify for one stop speed 460. I think they took 40. Yeah. So two didn't get in. And man, it came down to Aaron Pilot and Deshaun Wheeler, and
Yep.
Deshaun got it done. He traveled from believe the Wheelers are out there in I should know this 100%, but I think out near Louisville in Kentucky area. But
Okay.
they don't come to XDA. This might have been their first trip. And there was some banner back and forth I that I knew of beforehand about some new faces coming and showing the 460 guys how it's done, and my boy Boo Brown might have been involved in that, and there was some friendly trash talking, and hey, the
God,
Wheeler
nobody
Racing crew
grabs
got
my
it done.
nipples like that guy does, man. Dude,
That's totally
I
random. You talking
swear,
about
dude.
Boo?
Yeah, man, that motherfucker
That's the
grabs my
most random
nipples,
thing
dude.
I've
I
heard.
swear, when you start talking about Boo, man, he hurts me.
That's weird.
He does. He'll walk up and grab me. I'm like, oh, gets
Oh,
my
well,
ass.
you gonna
But
watch him then?
congrats to Deshaun
Yeah.
Wheeler. He kept it together. It looks like Aaron went red, went 140 red. So, or oh, no, I'm sorry,
Uh,
014 red. So that's
um,
gave it away there. But
actually,
he
wait
went
a minute.
that
Yeah.
yeah,
Hold
he
on.
went 014 red, but went 460 with a two.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and actually, Deshaun followed him up was 001 red there, so they kind of basically
He
took
probably
off
let he
together.
left on the other guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
but Deshaun was no slouch. He was 004 the round before.
Yep.
He was ripping off, making some good laps. In the second round, Deshaun had to race the GOAT of 460, Ronnie Procopio. Ronnie was 018 460 with a six and did not get it done because Deshaun was 005 461 6. I think that was like I don't want to do math right now, but I think that was give or take. I mean, it was a couple that it was like 003 004 margin of victory. Insane race right there. So yeah, you don't they don't them boys don't mess around in 460. It's
No,
no
it's
joke.
tight, man. Super tight racing.
All right,
Always.
next up we got Maxi CU Pro Extreme. You want to take this one to the house?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I was surprised to see Braden Davis here. I would have expected him to have been in Norwalk.
Well, that just goes to show that you need to some companies need to reach out. The kid's on fire, so they need
Yeah,
to
I
show
mean,
their support. He
literally,
needs some
yeah. I
rental.
mean, number one qualifier, I think it did both events, right?
Yep.
Went to the semifinals in the first event,
I think he went to
and
semis
then
in both, didn't he?
I don't remember for
No,
the
maybe
second event.
not last time. I can't remember. I'm
Um,
confused. It was too long ago.
but low ET of the event,
Yeah.
both races, super hot, man. Super, he's on it right now. He's just got it going on. He's I don't know if he don't got it going on, if he can't get sponsorship and stuff right now. I don't know
There's
who
got to
can.
be some
You know what I
companies
mean?
out there that want to get on the TV on the old tube.
Yeah, 100%. But
But yeah,
regardless,
Braden was
he ended
mixing it
up in the
up.
final. Yep, Terry Schweiger took the win. 394, man, rip roaring, man, 184 mile an hour. So he ended up taking the win. Braden Davis went a 404 at, 013 on the tree. So he did tree him, and
Yeah.
took him down through there. But man, Terry Schweiger just had that horsepower, man, just drove around him.
Yep. Yep. Cool class to watch. They pretty much tote the front wheel the entire eighth mile. It's insane. It's truly insane.
Yeah, yeah, I think they're on the back tire pretty much the whole time. So,
All right,
all
moving
right,
on.
Real Street B. So let's see. We ended up Real Street category
7 in Real Street B. Holy cow.
7 in Real Street B, man. It's been like that pretty much every event. Last race we had 8. It was kind of cool. It's been, been several bikes in the B category. It's been fun. Um, so yeah, my good buddy Eric Lee took the win in the final, and won Real Street B. He's on one of our Turbo ZX14, so we were struggling with the bike early in the weekend, but he ended up going 804 with it, 183. So he's starting to get there, starting to shave his ETs down. But so congrats to Eric Lee. He won the Real Street B category over Greg Dahl. So Greg Dahl actually broke.
Oh, I
Um,
got you.
yeah, he had something going on. So we um, we had a race in the semifinal. We raced Christopher Trollson. So he beat Christopher Trollson, and then in the final, Greg Dahl broke. So he just had a broke by.
Hey, a win's a win, no matter how you get it. Some
A
days you got to be
win,
lucky.
a win is a win.
Some days you got to be good.
Yep. All right, Real Street, the hot topic,
Oh, Lord Almighty.
hot off the press. What everybody's talking about:
Yeah.
plastic, gas, meth, nitro, the whole deal. Fresh beer.
Uh.
I'm here for it. All right,
Where you
so
want to start with the
uh,
qualifying? We're not, just so y'all know, we're not getting drama filled with this. We're gonna,
no, no, we're not. So yeah, it ended up man, good day of racing. Shout out my boy Teddy Bub, win a personal best 777. So
Yep.
super proud of him. All right. Let's go to the semifinals. So semifinals, we had Chris Moore versus Brandon Litton. Brandon Litton turned it red, but went 748 at 199.
And he went 200 over the weekend.
He
I think
did.
he might have went 201, didn't he? Something
I
crazy.
don't, I don't know. I know he went 200.
He went
That's
200. I
very cool.
heard that.
Very cool.
And Brandon knew he was going to have to swing at it, and I guess they turned it up even more. And I'm almost positive that's Brandon's personal best in Real Street. He actually, outran Chris Moore's ET that round, but knew or figured he had to swing for the fence. So, you
Right.
know, 024 red, 748 at 199.9, and Chris was you know, clearly good on the tree like he usually is. 022, 748.
Yep.
Then the other pair of the finals was Mr. Cortland Whiting on his all motor Gixxer rocket ship.
Yep.
And he
Man.
had Ricky Gatson and man, you don't see this often in Real Street, to be honest, but Ricky also turned it red. And
Yeah,
ironically, I mean these were like gonna be match made like insane heads up racing
no doubt,
had they
man.
both
Look,
turned it green.
749 to 748.
Yeah, like
Oh
these were
man.
like just both pairs the quicker ET opponent
Red lit. Yep.
red lit.
Yep.
But they were super close within 100th of both. So like that's insane.
Yep.
Um Moving on to the final, we had Whiting, Chris Moore. Um well, Cortland lit it red. Still won a 746. Chris was 009, won a 744. Chris at the time won the race and was later on disqualified due to not meeting the fuel regulations in the rule book. Um,
Correct.
so Cortland was rightfully declared the winner of the Rockingham event. So shout out to Cortland and G-Force Racing for putting in that work and getting that win. And you know, there's I don't know. You've kept up with it. I ain't kept up with it. I don't really. I mean, we talked a little bit beforehand. We can get into it some. I just want to make the point that a win's a win regardless, and Cortland won that race because
Yeah, no, congrats to Cortland.
Chris didn't meet the rules and got DQ'd. So like don't take anything away from Cortland is all I'm going to say.
No,
He made it
no.
to the finals and
Yep.
rightfully won based on the rule set that we're given. So
That's it.
yeah, it was it's there's a lot of excitement going on to say the least in the class
Yeah,
right
there's no
now.
doubt. There's no doubt. And all the tech data came out today, so they released what his fuel actually tested at. And yeah, I mean, you know,
It's a little spicy.
it's a little spicy. It wasn't a slight miss, as you would say, pretty heavy
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Pro
was gonna
Street
say, did you
B.
want to say anything else on that? I don't know. I mean,
Pro Street B. Here we
yeah, we'll
go.
move
Kenny
on.
Brewer. It looks like we had 17 entries in Pro Street. So Kenny Brewer was the solo B category winner. So congrats to him.
Well, it says that there was 3 entries in that.
Well, the only thing I see is a
Yeah, no. Hold on,
says
let me pull
round
up
one
what the
move
Pro
by.
Street field total was. Hold on. Jason, what is up? Why does the website take 18 years to load? It's always been like this.
Mine's working.
Must be all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
results.
Showing 17 even on the qualifying.
Okay, yeah. All right. Mr. Kenny. All right, you were right. Continue on. Sorry.
Yep. So Kenny was the solo there. All right, Pro Street. Surprise, surprise. Rodney Williford,
Turning
number
knobs.
one qualifier, wins the race, low ET of the weekend, high mile an hour of the weekend, the whole shebang. He was killing it all day. I think we saw 239 mile an hour at one point. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the semis, he went 631 at 239 and had a 003 light.
I mean, there's not much to say. I mean, like you said, in back-to-back rounds, semifinals, finals, Rodney went 631,
And against his teammate.
631. He went two
Yeah,
631s in a row.
yeah, it went 003 on the tree and went 030 on the tree. I mean, that's going to be a hard package to beat. I mean, what
It'd
do
be
you
hard
do?
to beat Rodney if he was 70 on the tree.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Even if he was good on the tree, it would be hard to beat him, but he's just murder in the tree. So,
Yeah.
shout out Ryan Bonatatis. He made it to the final. Um,
Yeah, I think that
so
was
that was
probably the
cool.
biggest surprise of the weekend was in the semifinals when RJ,
Yeah, took out Rendaluke. Yep.
took out old Mark Rendeluke with
Yep.
an uncharacteristically late light. I
Yep.
think
Yep. Shout out
normally
to
those guys are on it.
our boy Spencer Claycomb
Yeah, made his
for
debut in Pro
made
Street.
his Pro Street debut and went around, win his personal best, and in the first round went a 660 at 220 miles an hour. So pretty cool. Um, or 668, I'm sorry, 216. So
Yeah.
still, he got into the 60s. He's almost 220, so 216 mile an hour. So that was cool. And then unfortunately, Ryan Bonatatis, won. But I feel like had Spencer not spun the tire, he had a really good shot at winning that round too. Because Ryan only went a 684. So, had he just repeated what he did the last round, he had a good chance of making it to the semis.
Yeah,
So
there's some tricky conditions, and hell, you raced through them, and I mean, like, you
yep,
really had to pay attention to what was going on. That's not a
it
slight at
changed
all,
rapidly, man.
to the
Yep.
staff or anything. Like, they did the best they could, varying weather conditions, rain and
Track
sprinkles
temp,
here.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
track temp was the
insane.
biggest part of it, man.
I mean, get a little cloud cover, track temp probably dropped 10, 15 degrees. It was wild.
Yep.
So yeah,
So
that runs through the results from XDA. What are some takeaways you have? Clearly, there's the I mean, look, y'all can just jump on Facebook right now and dive into the Real Street banter. We don't need to go deep into that because it's a what would you call it? It's a worldwide premiere right now. They are going nuts on Facebook right now with that. So you can get you your lawn chair and your popcorn and go make your own decisions on that and all. But
yep, 100%. I think we're gonna sit back and just let all that play out for everyone and just see what happens. But I know there's a real street board meeting next week, so we'll find out. You know, in my opinion, they don't do fuel checks every round, right? I feel like if you get disqualified for fuel, you should be disqualified for the event. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be disqualified just for the round, you know? But that's my opinion.
well, I mean,
The
you
reason
got
why I
multiple
say that,
bikes in there,
I
so
have I got four bikes in the class. I have a say. We actually lost to Chris in the first round. They didn't check his fuel in the first round, but they checked it in the final. So it's like, I feel like we should at least be awarded our points for that round.
yeah.
I mean, it's,
Well, we'll see
what are we
what
gonna
they
do?
do with it, and that might be the case where they award points. I don't know. We'll see. I know they haven't. I think Jason said they wouldn't have points until the next week anyway, so that might
Yeah.
be playing a part into it. Yeah, I mean, like we said to start the show, the return to the Rock was
Well,
all it was hyped up to be, I think, don't you?
what does the rule book say?
Oh, sorry. As far as
If you get caught cheating, what does the rule book say? Do we know?
I don't know. I didn't dive into that.
We
I
should
don't
read the
know if
rule book.
well, I don't know if there's anything that like outlines that, you know what I mean?
Well, there should be. Why
Um,
is there not? Why do we not have a policy and procedure for what
well,
happens when somebody gets caught
there is
cheating?
a protest procedure. I know that.
But I'm not when you get caught by tech. When tech catches you cheating, what is the policy and procedure?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, is it on there? Is it on the website?
I don't know. I'm trying to browse through right now. Not sure. I don't see anything like that.
But other than that, biggest takeaways, motorcycle drag racing is alive and well.
Yeah,
I
yeah, for
love
sure.
that the stands were packed, starting line was packed, people were gambling on the starting line. It felt amazing. You know what I mean? Like it was just in general, it felt really, really, really good. So I'm excited
Yeah.
to go back there. Hopefully, we can add that track back to the schedule more often, and hopefully, we can take this energy and this vibe and all this and bring it into Maryland here in a couple weeks and keep this going.
Well, we're getting
You
ready to
know?
go into, what is generally one of the biggest races of the year, and that's Bike Fest at MIR. So
Yep.
I think, I think the ship is headed in the right direction. The tide's high, and everybody's going to be pretty hyped. But yeah, I mean, if you guys didn't make it down there, you certainly missed out. Um, it gave off, like we said, them old school My Rock Day vibes, but like what we didn't touch on is the new owners have spent an insane amount of money. I mean, like for all the old cats like me and Sean, like, used to come in the back gate per se off the back road and stuff like that's not open. You come in off the main road, off Route
Yep.
1, I believe, right across from the Speedway, freshly paved entrance, LED lights lining the entrance road, a new ticket booth, new bathrooms, new shower houses. I mean, the wind lights work. It
Yeah.
used to be you had to ride to the ticket booth to see who the hell won. Like everything works. Like it was just shout out to the entire Rockham Dragway crew
It was great.
and the owners for really investing in that facility.
Yep. It's the only track I've ever been to, man, that has their liquor license.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane, man. They got a freaking bar there. It's so cool,
Yeah.
dude. It's unbelievable, actually.
Lots of cool things happen at the Rock. So make sure you guys put that on your calendar next time we head that way. Trying to think.
God, I wish they had air conditioning in the bathrooms. That's my only regret, dude. Man,
Well,
those
I never,
bathrooms were like a dungeon.
I actually didn't really check out the facilities because one, I had the motorhome and I was pretty much
Right.
hauled up in that, but I should have just went to check them out. I just never even
They
looked
they weren't worth checking out. Okay. They were
because it was
nice.
hot, because it was hot.
They were nice. They were nice,
Yeah.
but it was hot,
Oh,
dude.
yeah, no
And they
doubt
have
about
no
that.
AC in there.
That's probably in
So
the works. That's probably in the works.
I hope so. But luckily we're going back to Maryland here July 25th through the 27th. So we're back at Maryland International Raceway. They have nice AC heated bathrooms. So we're back in our comfort of our own home.
Yeah, I was trying
And
to think. I don't think there's any like big races that I can think of between now and
well,
Bike Fest
KOG
or
Alabama
KG.
is next
Okay,
weekend
that's
in
next
Alabama.
weekend.
Yep.
There's
So I was
no
talking to
Man
Spencer
Cup.
about going to that one.
Yeah, there's no Man Cup till second week in August. SDBA is August. Trying to think. So yeah, KOG next weekend, XDA the following weekend.
Yeah,
What
XDA
else we
is going to
got?
be here before you know it.
Yeah,
We're going to blink our eye. We're going to be in Maryland.
yeah. All right. Well, if you ain't got nothing else, I've got a jacked up eye. I should have told you all that to begin with. That's why I look so
Yep.
terrible. I don't know what's going on. Getting old sucks. I don't know if my kids kicked me in the eye, hit me in the eye. I don't know what's going on with my, but still recovering from sickness in the weekend. So sorry that we're not our normal enthusiastic self, or not me. I wasn't. Sean was still bringing the vibes and energy. So. We wanted to get one in, do a little recap, and we're planning on another one before Bike
And we're going to
Fest,
do it
and
live.
it may be live, but
Definitely live
it'll either be live or with guests,
and live,
maybe. Sometimes live with guests is like you're getting too many comments. We'll see.
but live.
All right,
I love
we're
it
gonna do
live.
a live one.
We're going to
Sean
do it
likes
live.
them live.
Yeah. Because we can get comments, dude. It's the best.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, Sean wants to do one live, so we will see y'all next time. Thanks for tuning in and for the continued support. Deuces.